To the room, to the event. We had a very interesting session this morning. For those of you who are new, my name is Samiti, and this is the neZEH International Conference, Nearly Zero Energy Hotels, the Potential for Change Conference. This conference is looking at the main challenges faced by hotels in the transition to nearly zero energy and explore contemporary business and economic growth solutions. The event is being held in the framework of Feet Toward Green. This afternoon we will have 2 panel sessions. They will follow the same dynamics as the first session this morning. We'll have introduction by the moderator, brief presentation by panelists of what they do, and followed by specific questions. Then a debate will start, and this may include an opportunity to have remarks and questions from the audience as well. The first session this afternoon, session 2, is entitled Innovating the Accommodation Industry 3.0. This session notes that the majority of the hotels in Europe do not have knowledge or the technical know-how to define alone the best renovation plan. This session will also showcase the steps taken for sustainable nearly zero buildings renovation, what neZEH initiative is doing to help the accommodation industry, introducing the neZEH e-toolkit, and expects to shed some light on what is already being done, where to look for help, and to call attention for the potential new market for the technology producers. Our moderator for this second session will be Mr. Rodrigo Morell, Manager Director for CREARA, Spain. CREARA is one of the partners of the neZEH project. Mr. Morell, please, you have the floor.
Thank you very much, Samiti. Welcome to you all, bienvenidos a todos. La presentación va a ser simultáneamente en castellano y en inglés, con lo cual si alguno no ha recogido los headphones, los auriculares, los puede recoger en la entrada. Bueno, pues tenemos un panel verdaderamente interesante en el que vamos a combinar tecnología con proyectos pegados a la realidad. Vamos a combinar hoteles medianos con grandes cadenas. Vamos a hablar de proyectos nearly zero verdaderamente interesantes. Y lo primero que voy a hacer es introducir a los panelistas e invitarles a acompañarme en la mesa para que desde el primer momento ustedes les puedan tener presentes. Nos acompañan hoy Björn Jonzon, propietario y director general del Hotel Stora Brännbo. Tassos Papadourakis, propietario también del Hotel Ibiscos Garden en Creta. Álvaro Carrillo, director general del Instituto Tecnológico Hotelero. Y Mónica Chao, directora corporativa de sostenibilidad del grupo NH. Bueno, antes de comenzar con las ponencias que van a realizar nuestros panelistas de esta sesión, sabéis que somos uno de los socios del proyecto neZEH, CREARA, y os vamos a presentar os quería presentar brevemente la parte más técnica del proyecto, es decir, cuáles han sido los números que han surgido de estos 2 años y medio de trabajo que venimos realizando. El proyecto ha tenido muchas fases, pero digamos que la parte más apegada a la realidad, más pegada a la realidad, más de trabajo de campo ha sido trabajar con los pilotos, ¿no? Con los proyectos piloto. Lo primero que hicimos fue identificar proyectos que quisiesen convertirse en lo que hoy tenemos aquí. Hemos visto en las sesiones de esta mañana y veremos luego, ¿no? en los 14 pilotos que se iban a realizar en toda Europa de proyectos que quisiesen convertirse en nearly zero, en hoteles de consumo casi cero. Hicimos un llamamiento público. Que pudiésemos estudiar más en profundidad, y de ahí nos quedaron entre 2 y 3 hoteles para los 7 países donde se ha hecho el proyecto. Buscábamos fundamentalmente pymes, es decir, proyectos que no fuesen de grandes grupos, que estuviesen en un buen estado financiero y fundamentalmente que demostrasen compromiso por abordar las reformas necesarias en sus hoteles para convertirlas en proyectos y hoteles de consumo casi cero. En los 4 ámbitos que nos marcamos, que fueron hoteles urbanos, rurales, costeros y de montaña. Los proyectos ya se ha hablado esta mañana y prácticamente muchos de ellos van a pasar por aquí en la jornada de hoy, o sea que no me detengo. En cuanto a los resultados, que es lo que yo creo que es más relevante que conozcan y que este verdaderamente es un trabajo que yo creo que es muy útil para la industria hotelera. Realmente aquí está una de las grandes claves de este proyecto. Si rebobinamos un poco, el problema muchas veces de la legislación europea es que luego son regalos envenenados muy difíciles de interpretar, ¿no? Aquí los legisladores dijeron nada menos que los edificios europeos a partir de 2020 tenían que tener consumo casi nulo. Claro, el casi es terriblemente interpretable. Yo la nota que me pondrían es de casi nulo conocimiento de japonés, ¿no? Por tanto, ¿qué hemos tenido que hacer en este proyecto? Lo primero de todo es entender cuál es el matiz. Cuando estamos hablando de casi, ¿qué significa? Hemos ido más rápido que la gran mayoría de los países europeos que no tenían definido qué se entiende por consumo energético casi nulo. Entonces, una de las primeras tareas que nos hemos encargado es en definir país por país y zona climática por zona climática cuál es el consumo energético que divide un hotel entre tener consumo casi nulo o no, ¿no? Y al final esto lo hemos puesto en práctica en los 14 pilotos que hemos realizado. Bueno, pues en 4 de los países hemos conseguido los resultados antes y después, que en el después se esté por debajo de la barrera del consumo de energía casi nulo. En otros 3 no lo hemos conseguido, pero estamos relativamente cerca. Fundamentalmente donde no lo hemos conseguido es porque son hoteles tipo resort, como los que nos hemos encontrado en España o en Francia, con un consumo muy intensivo, pues se utilizan muchas horas al año. Y luego en los hoteles, una de las cosas que vimos desde el principio es que es muy importante diferenciar entre las funciones puras de un hotel, lo que llamamos las hosting functions, que todo hotel tiene, y todo lo accesorio que un hotel puede o no puede tener, como una lavandería o una piscina climatizada. Entonces, en todos los proyectos hemos separado lo realmente inherente a un hotel y lo que no, para poder utilizar ratios. Llegar a un nivel neZEH, esta mañana se ha dicho, pero yo creo que hay que reiterarlo, es mucho más que hacer un proyecto de eficiencia energética. No estamos hablando de la fruta madura, sino que hay que subirse a la copa del árbol a recoger el último fruto, ¿no? Estamos hablando de conseguir ahorros muy relevantes que verdaderamente cambien la foto de cómo un hotel consume energía. Aquí tenéis algunos ejemplos y veis que estamos hablando de ahorros que van de un mínimo del 40% hasta ahorros del 80%, es decir, prácticamente dejan de consumir energía o se suministran de buena parte de la energía que tienen. ¿Cuál es la gran pega, la gran dificultad? Esta mañana lo comentaba el director de turismo de Portugal. Todo esto tiene que ser realizable, es decir, no queremos tener 14 pilotos, queremos que esto se generalice en los hoteles europeos. Y para eso la tecnología tiene que ser una realidad y ser, digamos, rentable desde hoy. Ahí en el gráfico tenéis que en la gran mayoría de los casos el payback de estos proyectos ha estado por debajo de 10 años. Tenemos casos de hoteles, como por ejemplo el hotel de Rumanía, que va a conseguir un 76% de ahorro con un payback de 1,9 años. Es decir, En muchos casos, depende de cómo está cada hotel, pero en muchos casos se pueden conseguir neZEHs, hoteles neZEH, con paybacks muy cortos, donde la rentabilidad es a muy corto plazo. Otra de las cosas relevantes de este estudio, y ahí os dejo los números, es las diferencias que encontramos entre tipologías de hoteles. Una de las claves de todo esto es la intensidad de consumo. Al final, aquí nos hemos encontrado con hoteles, por ejemplo, de montaña o rurales, que per se deberían tener un consumo muy elevado, pero se utilizan o muy pocos meses al año o tienen un nivel de ocupación muy bajo. Por tanto, eso no les permite mejorar tanto su intensidad de consumo como, por ejemplo, a los hoteles urbanos, donde realmente se encuentra uno de los principales potenciales de ahorro. Otra cosa muy relevante es el potencial de renovables. Esto varía por países y varía también en función de la legislación de cada país, pero, por ejemplo, bueno, nos hemos encontrado con casos de hoteles de montaña o rurales donde tiene mucho peso la biomasa, la geotermia, etcétera, que pueden abastecerse del 50% y en ocasiones incluso más de su energía solo a través de renovables. Termino con qué hemos aprendido desde el punto de vista técnico al realizar los pilotos en estos 14 hoteles. Pues 4 ideas muy básicas. Lo primero de todo es que para un proyecto neZEH es necesario una gran batería de medidas. No nos podemos quedar solo con medidas de gestión, medidas sencillas, medidas que trabajen sobre una variable como la climatización, sino que son proyectos integrales en 360 grados, ¿no? Es muy importante, sobre todo para ganarnos la confianza de las áreas financieras del hotel, o sea, al final de los directores que no están tan pegados al terreno técnico, que se vea que implementando medidas de gestión somos capaces de conseguir importantes ahorros, porque solo así nos ganaremos su confianza para luego realizar medidas de inversión, donde realmente tienes que tener fe en que esa medida va a funcionar para conseguir el retorno que esperas, ¿no? Y luego, por último, la clave de la capacitación y de la formación, que se ha mencionado esta mañana. Si implementamos medidas de última tecnología, pero el personal del hotel no está capacitado para gestionarlas, no habremos conseguido mucho, probablemente incluso será perjudicial, ¿no? Por tanto, es muy importante que cualquier cosa que implementemos vaya emparejada con la capacitación técnica. Y bueno, pues mi parte la termino aquí y vamos a dar paso en una primera ponencia a Álvaro Carrillo, que nos va a hablar de... vale, pues cambiamos el orden que yo tenía apuntado. Empezamos por Björn, que nos cuenta el ejemplo sueco.
Thank you very much. Good afternoon, ladies and gentlemen. It's very nice to be here. It's a huge place to be. First time in Madrid. And yesterday morning when I flew from Stockholm, I was taking my training by cross-country skiing on the frozen lake. And then I came here, this beautiful weather. For me, it's like the springtime. Maybe it's not for Madridans, but still, nice to be here. We are two families who own two conference hotels. Do you hear me better? Two conference hotels in Stockholm area, close to the international airport. One burnt down 2013. It's completely rebuilt. It's just modern, new. So we can compare it, the two, how much energy would they consume. So we focused, of course, for the older one to see how can we reduce our energy use. We have 100 hotel rooms in this Stora Brännbo Conference Hotel. 100 hotel rooms. We are focused on conferences, not on on the private market, private persons. We have 35 conference rooms. We have a staff of 40. It was built 1956. So this is a challenge when it comes to energy use, of course. It was built as a training center. We have been working a lot with sustainability for a long time. We were eco-labeled the Swedish Nordic Swan eco-label 1999. We have our own eco manager employed. We have, of course, reduced our emissions a lot, but those emissions we cannot reduce. We compensate by planting trees within the Clinton initiative in Malawi. So last year we planted 1,200 trees in Malawi. We have a very interesting cooperation with 15 hotels in this small town of Sigtuna. I'm the chairperson of the destination company, and we work very much, we compete, the 15 hotels, but we also cooperate, especially in the sustainability area. So what do we do more than working with the eco-label things that we do? All hotels in the area have their own bee hives. At our premise, you can see them there. We get 60 kilos of honey a year, which we use in our own kitchen. Maybe you don't, but we fight palm oil because palm oil itself is not dangerous, but they cut trees to produce it. We have an own bakery, of course. It's fully ecological. Our cars in the company are electrical or used by biogas. Of course, we have staff training, and we will use the neZEH project as next staff training. We've been proud member of the neZEH project since 2014. And what did we do? Because what did neZEH help us with? They helped us a lot to start to focus on energy reduction. We've done a lot on sustainability before, but not so much on energy reduction. So we got help to start it. We got the first investigation about how much is it possible to reduce the energy. And then we started the project. I'll show you some figures later on. But it's, of course, a big challenge to reduce the energy in buildings from 1950s. We have a cold climate in Sweden, around 10 degrees below 0 centigrade right now. So we have three things that we will do within this project. One is to streamline the control and regulation systems. We're right now in that phase for the moment. We have 100 different activities on our list. I think we made 30 of them. So there's still 70 to go. Some are big investments to change the air conditioning system, or also very many small things to close down the ventilation during nighttime, for example. So we have a lot of things to do. You can see we will invest around 100,000 euros, and we think we will save 20,000 euros a year. This means it's 5 years' time we'll earn our money. This payback time is 5 years. Second phase we will probably do this autumn is to install geothermal heat pumps. Geothermal heat pumps, in our situation, we have to drill 17 holes in our garden, 17 holes of 300 meters deep, every one. And then we can bring up water from that depth that have 6 degrees. We will reduce the degree to -1, put the water back. So we got 6 centigrades of water, of the temperature, which will transform with the heat pumps into heating of the whole premise. It's very interesting. We have that on our other conference center, so we know how much we can reduce the costs. It's a big investment for us. We don't have any problems with our banks. They support us very much, so that's not a problem. And the third step will be to install solar cells. There's a very fast development right now of the solar cells, and we will see in the early 2017 which system will we use. I think if I can. The red one? Here you can see the consumption of energy. This is in Swedish crowns. If you reduce 1 zero, you have the euro. You can see this is 2015. This is before we started the neZEH project. We started the neZEH project in July. Thank you very much. Can you hear me better? You can see we started the project in July. The light green is 2014, the dark green is 2015. You can see as soon as we started the projects activities, we reduced the cost for energy a lot already in the very beginning of phase number 1. Isn't it good? Thank you, neZEH. So that was my short presentation, and I will show you a movie, a little bit film now, if the technique is with me. Sure.
You're becoming good friends, it's really.
neZEH forced us to produce a film which we will use, of course, a lot. 3 microphones. Nigel, this is a movie star.
Jorden, en vacker plats i universum där människor har levat sedan miljoner har industrialiseringen satt igång processer som nu är svåra att stoppa. Jordens uppvärmning på grund av utsläpp av växthusgaser pågår ständigt. Lyckas vi inte vända utvecklingen mot ett mer hållbart samhälle kan det få förödande konsekvenser för det liv som nu finns på jorden. Vi ser dock positivt på våra möjligheter att påverka. Stora Brännbo Konferens Hotell ligger mitt i det anrika Sigtuna. Sigtunas historia som Sveriges första stad 1000 år tillbaka i tiden påverkar hur vi ser på framtiden. För oss är det självklart att människor ska kunna bo i Sigtuna även om 1000 år framåt i tiden. Arbetet för ett mer hållbart samhälle blir därför naturligt och självklart. Som en del av Sveriges 4:e största hotelldestination vill vi ta vår del av ansvaret. För att uppnå ett klimatneutralt samhälle 2050 krävs det att vi alla gör det vi kan för att vi ska lyckas tillsammans. Vi ser hållbarhetsarbete som en möjlighet och en förutsättning för att finnas kvar även när våra barn, barnbarn och generationer därefter växer upp. Hållbarheten är en del av vår företagsfilosofi. Vi har varit svanmärkta sedan 1999. Och i och med att Stora Brännbo är en anläggning byggd på 1950-talet kommer en stor del av vår direkta miljöpåverkan för vår egen energiförbrukning. Vi har länge använt oss av fjärrvärme för att värma upp vår anläggning. Men när vi fick reda på att ungefär 20% av värmen kommer från kolkraft bestämde vi oss för att vi ville byta till ett mer hållbart uppvärmningsalternativ. Som ett av 14 hotell i Europa blev Stora Brännbo 2014 uttagna att delta i projektet Nearly Zero Energy Hotel. Och vi ska kraftigt reducera vår energiförbrukning. Och där får vi hjälp av projektet att titta på hur kan vi jobba med det. Och det är 3 steg i det. Det ena är att vi ser över hela vårt energisystem. Vi optimerar och effektiviserar det väldigt mycket på styr- och reglersidan. Det andra är bergvärmen som vi ska då satsa på som också reducerar vår energiförbrukning. Och det tredje är att vi ska titta på senaste generationens solpaneler. Och vi kommer att reducera vår energiförbrukning med mer än 40% när det här projektet är färdigt. Och det känns väldigt spännande att få göra det. Och det kommer också bli ett intressant exempel för många andra hotell, framförallt i Sverige just nu, som tittar på, som är av liknande karaktär som oss. Där vi har byggnader som är från 50-talet och där vi gör ganska mycket för att spara energi.
Självklart så finns det väldigt mycket annat vi gör också. Och vi försöker involvera personalen i hållbarhetsarbetet på alla olika plan. Det är ju en del av grunden för hela arbetet att det kommer ifrån personalens engagemang. Och det känns väldigt viktigt för oss.
Här till exempel har vi gjort där vi har portionsstyckat hela fisken och det blir alltid bitar kvar och bitarna som blir kvar tar vi reda på och det är lika bra fiskbitar. På det sättet så blir det medvetet hållbart.
Vår målsättning är att inom 5 år vara fossilfria i vår verksamhet från vår uppvärmning, vår elförbrukning och transporter med egna fordon.
För oss handlar ett framgångsrikt möte inte bara om mötet på plats här på Stora Brännbo. Vi lyckas fullt ut först när vi får våra kunder att ta med sig det hållbara tänket hem i sin vardag. Om vi genom vårt agerande kan sprida ringar på vattnet så att fler börjar tänka hållbart, då har mötet på Stora Brännbo varit framgångsrikt.
Want to take the seat? Yes. Well. I had a quick question for you. I understand that most of the of the people attending the hotel are come from business. No, it's Congress people. How do they value the fact that it's a sustainable hotel? Do you measure that in their decision, and I would like to know if the impression they get after being there reinforces the possibility of them coming back to the hotel.
I would say that when public procurement from central government or so, then they are interested at the time when the procurement takes place. We have been waiting since 1999 that the big business should come because we are a sustainable hotel. It hasn't come so far yet. I would say that. We are very successful, but not because of that. But I think that the Paris Agreement now will very much change the focus on what is important for the companies to have their conferences. I think so. I think we're quite optimistic on that there will be big change on the demand for a hotel working in the sustainability.
So there's still work to do until it's a really key decision criteria.
I think so.
Okay, now let me invite to talk to the next speaker, which is Tassos Papadourakis from Hotel Ibiscos Garden.
Yes, thank you. Kalispera to all of you. Nice to meet you. I'm happy and proud I'm here following this conference to exchange ideas and opinions and also to bring back to our places what we've seen here, what we've heard here, and how we can communicate all this, let's say, story. It was said this morning that 14 or 16 hotels are too little. It is correct. There are thousands of them in Europe or a lot more worldwide. But we have to start from somewhere. We're a bit late, I agree. And also our guests are late about it. As you said before, they are not coming to our hotels because we are sustainable looking for. But they will. We have all of us to go through and continue to this trial. Now we're coming from Crete. Crete is an island south of Greece, which means actually south of Europe. It's the biggest island in Greece, and there are about 650,000 inhabitants living here. And plus we have something like 4 million visitors per season. We're working mainly seasonally, which is 6 months per year, from April to October. We're focused in a town on Crete, which is called Rethymnon. It's the third biggest town in Crete. It's a population of about 40,000 local people and plus 30,000 hotel beds. It's an historical town which was built in the north part of the island, and people are living on this island more than 10,000 years before Christ. And we hope that we shall live there, not us, but our followers, for another 10,000 years, maybe. It's a nice life that we can have on this area. It's a nice countryside around, nice walks, nice ways to go by bicycle, nice beaches. Anyway, you can enjoy a lot your time being there vacationally. Now, our place is called Ibiscos Garden Hotel. It belongs to a concept which is called Blue Star Hotels. It's coming from TUI Nordic, which is the TUI part for Nordic countries, Sweden, Norway, Denmark, and Finland. And it's mainly focused on families and adults, but mainly families. So all our guests are coming 100% from Nordic countries, which means that's a big difference according climate-wise or the environment, the life as it is, the light. There are many differences between these areas in Europe. So you can see to one of these pictures where the hotel is. It is in the center of the town, very close to the beach. We shall say now how it is. It is about 150 meters from the beach, which is a very long sandy beach, about 12 kilometers long, and also close walking distance from the center of the old town, which, as I told you before, a nice one according to my opinion. Also our guests can go around, either walking or by bicycle or by car, to nice beaches or to nice places that are existing around, as churches, monasteries, archaeological sites, and so on. In the hotel, we're always trying to provide hospitality and care for our guests, so to feel that they are in a way home. And also we're making efforts good efforts, according to my opinion, for our responsibility for social and sustainability in our place. The hotel, as I told you before, it's in the town. It's a resort hotel for families vacation. It's 327 hotel beds, and there is restaurant, pools, and kindergarten. It's a 3 stars as a category, and we're working with ISO 14001 and Green Key as labels for the environment. Plus we have ISO 9001 for the quality, and also 22,000 for the safety of the food and drinks. Here I have to tell you that from the TUI Nordic, our tour operator, working together with us, it was a must to go through the ISO 14001 since 4 years ago. This was a trial from them for all the families hotels they have to be ISO certificated. That means that also the tour operators are thinking for the environment and sustainability, plus that they believe that more guests will come in because of that. It's not clear yet as a vision, but also I believe that it's coming to the near future. Now, by the hotel, we recognize the importance of protecting the environment and as a sustainable development all around. We have to think like that because there the future is. We all have children that we want to live by the same way we do or even better. And also myself, I have a granddaughter, just the last 7 months. I'm not so old, I just became married early. In any way, so we have to think also for our grandchildren. There's the future, not thinking just for us and not just how we shall stay these days in our places. Let's see ahead. We have always to follow the rules, the legislative, and all other requirements are in our places. This sometimes very difficult. The biography is there, and so we have to follow a lot. That takes time, also it's a cost there, but we have to be legal. We have to go through with what we have in our places. We have to evaluate the environment footprint to make it as better as we can. So we have to count what we have now and go through for the future. We have to act in any possible way in favor of environment protection and pollution prevention. Also, we have to follow improvement through careful planning. Planning is the only way we can go through for results. Also, we have to take further action in energy saving. And problem management of solid waste, also liquid waste. We have to keep all involved partners updated for what we do and where is our policy, which means from where we buy what we need in the hotel. All these people have to be connected with us about our policy. In a way, they have to follow this policy. That's better for everybody of us. We have to educate our personnel and keep it aware of its environmental management system, encourage their active participation. That's very, very important. Also, we have to inform our guests regarding the hotel's environmental policy and encouraging them for an active participation. You know, we can easily, in a way, train our staff, our partners working together in the hotel. We can sit in seats like a school and we have to talk and we can have rules. But with our guests, we cannot do it. We cannot train by this way. So we have to train other ways around. We have to communicate for what we do and why we do so. We have to communicate a lot and spread around the hotel what we are doing about environment. And also we can create some activities, mainly for children, about this. And imagine that if we can, in a way, train our guests, that means that about 6,000 people that are coming into us per year will know what we do and what is our efforts for the future. And this can be transmitted then also to our town, where they buy, where they eat, and also to our countries, to our places. So let's communicate as more as we can these possibilities. This is important, I think. Now, these are the certificates we have. Now, why we join and why we have applied for the neZEH project. We believe it's a great opportunity to improve our image and service, so to show to other people, to our guests, what we are trying to do. Then we can gain from experts advices and how we can improve our operation, being more environmentally friendly and saving operation cost by less consumptions, also less consumptions. we can distinguish with our competitors. We can meet our social responsibility as a target. It is added value for our customers. There's a demand. We hope it will be a demand stronger than it is today about this. And also, I believe it's challenging for us to be able to grow, to be better, with low or even zero consumption emissions. That's very important. Some years ago, when I was, well, many years ago maybe, they were saying that the development is according to which is the waste we have. As more waste it was, mainly from the towns, as better you were, as the development was better. That was completely wrong. It's the other way around. As less it is, as better it is. Now, about the study we have from neZEH concept. You can see there on this screen that the renewable energy can be more than it is today. Today we use it mainly for warming the water through the sun. It's an investment of 90,000 euro, and it's a payback of 4 years only. And it's also 21% savings. So this is the first priority for us, is this part. Then the second one, which is a question there, is about isolation of the buildings. There we have to spend a lot, which is 200,000 euro. It's 25 years as a payback period, and it's only 4% savings. So there we have to talk and discuss with neZEH partners to see what else maybe can do, or how can we minimize that because of the cost, because of the long payback period, and because of the little savings. Then there are small investments, like adding selling funds, so to give our guests the possibility to make the atmosphere better with open doors, with fresh air, and according to my opinion, with a nice feeling about that. Not just air conditioning is good, it's also the other ways. Then we can use control systems to minimize the energy we need. That's also not very expensive, 35,000 euro, and only 6 years as a payback period. And then is the kitchen. The cooking is spending a lot about energy. So we have to see what we can do there and how we can invest. Which is quite a lot, and with 11 years payback period. There in the cooking facilities, it's also how the people are cooking, are reacting. There we have to train more our people. For example, not open many times per day the fridge doors, for example, or use the casseroles with closed and not open. Things like that, details actually, can give a lot about the energy. So our goals is this, you can see, is this 50% to reach 50% of energy in renewable sources. This can be even more. To avoid emissions of CO2 of 260 more or less thousand tons, and save megawatt hours of 61,000 per year, which is about 50-55% saving as we are today. Now, as for the implementation, how we can do it? The main difficulty for us is the finance, is to find the funds and go through to it. Even if sometimes the payback period is not high, it is a difficulty there. Then we need the technical advices, which we have now from neZEH, and that they are in a good level. Is the profitability and sustainability is coming from the investment, and there we have to find also a way to measure the sustainability. We have to know finally that this is also important according to the numbers, not just for what we feel. It's the staff training, and it's the promotion, the communication about what we do. Then is the staff training we said before, which is training itself, but plus we have to make clear in the hotel that the sustainability and this implementation we're talking about with less emissions is so important as also the other parts of the hotel are. So the safety is important, the cleaning is important, the food and beverage is important, but also in the same level is the importance of the sustainability. We have to go through, we don't need 1, 2, 3, or 4. They need to be in the same level, the same importance. Then is the customers. There's more difficult. But if we focus there a lot more, then this will come back, as we said before, according to my opinion, better bookings, better way of running the hotel, but plus all these people will transmit these ideas in a lot larger area. And there is the profit coming for all of us. Thank you for your attention.
Thank you very much, Tassos. One of the best things of this project has been to get in touch with hoteliers and basically understanding how enthusiastic they are about their projects and how they've adopted this flag of sustainability, of energy efficiency, and are running with it. I also have a question for you. You mentioned that it was the tour operator. It was the tour operator that at the first stage they introduced you into sustainability.
Yes, we were on this way by ourselves too, but it was a force from them that if we wanted to stay in the Blue Star concept, we had to go through to the ISO 14001 certification. Okay. And they gave us a help for that. It was Mr. Lennon Harklund, a very nice guy from Sweden, but he was going around all these hotels. There are about 42 hotels worldwide. There are 5 or 6 in Greece. And they were giving advices and instructions how we can do it and where the benefits are and where is the difficulty if we shall not do it. So it was a very nice cooperation with the tour operator. So tour operator is not just for the money, it's also to think about the future of our business.
And so now that you're going farther than what the operator asked you to do?
Yes, we did already.
Do you think that can increase the occupancy rates? That bring
yes,
you
this is
more
what we hope to. It's not yet on this, as we said before, but it's coming. I think it's coming. Especially the new people are coming in. They're a lot more thinking about the environment. You know, guests, they're thinking sometimes that they have paid for all, which means that I paid for the conditioning, so it has to be there on 24 hours. We have to think and to talk with them that it's not this the way. There is not the profit. Profit is the other way around. Other way around.
Okay, great. Bueno, continuamos por ir ligeros. A continuación nos va a presentar Mónica Chao, que como os comentaba antes es la directora corporativa de sostenibilidad de NEH y es la responsable de las estrategias que el grupo NEH marca en términos de sostenibilidad, y entiendo que luego de llevarlas a la práctica nos va a contar su experiencia.
Thank you for the presentations, and thank you to ITH and OMT for inviting us to share with you our experience in sustainability. For those of you that don't know NH Hotel Group, we are a hotel company. We are a Spanish company, but we are a multinational company with 400 hotels in the world, mainly in Europe. We operate with 4 brands: NH Hotels, NH Collection, Now, and Xperia Resorts. And we have a vision of our company that is one day whenever anyone contemplates a trip to a city for an overnight stay or meeting for business or pleasure, they will always ask themselves, is there an NH in the destination? So this is a new vision of the company since 2013 that we start our new 5 years plan. We work in our company based in this strategic plan, and I don't know if you can read, but we have 24 initiatives in the company, and one of them is the sustainability strategy. So that means that sustainability is part of the strategy of our company. I must say that we start working on environment and sustainability in 2008. We have our first environmental plan in 2008. It runs since 2008 to 2012. And we got very relevant savings, economic savings and environmental improvement of our company. We save around 33 million euros in 5 years, and we reduce energy consumption, water consumption over 20% in those years. So this was one of the reasons, because sustainability goes on being part of the strategy of the company. Now, I will explain to you today our new vision of sustainability and our new plan. From our point of view, sustainability is a support for the vision of the company, because for us, sustainability means that we care for people we host, destinations where our hotels are located, and the world we all share. We use innovation and eco-efficiency to guarantee that the clients feel the place, enjoy a healthy and well-being stay, and contribute with us to take care of the planet. So to implement this vision of sustainability, we work with a plan, that is the plan that you can see on the screen. So we have two projects, Green Savings Project and Green Hotel Project. The first of the projects is focused on get savings for the company, and the second one is focused on innovation and image, and that kind of projects that are close to the clients. So the first part, we work on energy efficiency, certifications of the hotels, ISO 14001 or Green Key or some others. It depends on the country and difference because each country is different. We work on the control on energy, water, and other sustainability ratios, because from my point of view, the first step and one of the most relevant steps is to track data and set objectives based on that data. And waste management plan and focus on a kind of circular economy, how we can reduce the amount of waste and also the cost of waste management, and also how we are researching about how we can use waste in hotels to produce other kind of elements in the hotels. The second part, the Green Hotel Project, we work on standards, new standards in the company for improving sustainability implementation. We work on innovation together with other departments of our company. We are setting different agreements with key players, international stakeholders and also local stakeholders. It depends also on the market and the hotels. We work on green mobility. We have in our hotels bikes, charging points for electric vehicles, car sharing, and some other initiatives. And we work together with marketing and commercial teams for develop ideas for the client. And all these projects spin around 6 pillars. We think the 6 pillars of sustainability for our company is design for the environment, low impact materials and amenities in the hotels, nutrition, well-being, and local taste. It has to do with F&B in our hotels and sport facilities and others. Reducing carbon footprint, meaning carbon footprint because I think carbon footprint is the global sustainability indicator for us. If we reduce energy consumption, we also reduce carbon footprint. Operating sustainable hotels, how we manage the hotels, and use of green energies in the hotel. So I mean, we have 2 big projects with different tasks in one of them, and all the projects focus on these 6 pillars. Our strategic plan has 6 key performance indicators that you can see in the screen. And you see the results for 2014. We don't have yet the audit data of 2015. So I show you here the data of last year. And you can see the objectives for 2018, because our plan now is 2014-2018. So we set objectives and we track objectives. You can see here on the screen energy consumption, water consumption, carbon footprint, green certificates of the hotels. We also measure sustainability customer satisfaction. We have data about the opinion of the client about environment in the hotels. And we also track energy savings, because energy savings, of course, as some of you mentioned before, is for us the main indicator about sustainability. These are the 1-year data, but we also track data since 2008, with 2007 as a baseline year, because 2008 was the first year that we implement environmental initiatives. And you can see here the data. Since that year, we reduced energy consumption 26%, water consumption 30%, and carbon footprint over 70%. So these are the results of the different projects that we have implemented these last years. And just to mention some of the most significant projects that we are implementing these years, I will mention 3 of them. First of them, Eco-efficiency Hotel Guide. In the past, as first step, as I told you, the most relevant, the first step should be, I think, track data and set objectives. And for reducing energy and carbon footprint, the first step is management initiatives, training, best practices, and then investments. But once you have reduced a relevant amount of energy, as we already reduced 27%, we need other kind of projects or another kind of how to think in the growth of the company. So we develop a standard for design and construction of hotels. So we have an internal standard in our company. When we refurbish a hotel or we design a new hotel or we plan to manage a new hotel, we evaluate the building based on this guide. This guide is developed based in BREEAM and LEED standards, but also taking in consideration our own standards as a hotel company. We think here about protect natural heritage or environment where the hotel is located, but also about the kind of energy, kind of installations, and some other points as purchasing of materials or amenities, or the criteria for enable people in the hotel. Other project is the core-to-core project. We are collecting corks bottles from the hotels, and we recycle these corks, and we are using this cork to in the refurbished hotels in the insulation of the floor of the hotels. So this is our first project in the circular economy, and I hope some other projects in this of this kind will come in the future. All the meetings in our company are eco-friendly meetings. That means that we can guarantee low carbon footprint meetings in all of our hotels all over the world. More than that, we can calculate carbon footprint for our clients if they want, and we can offset that carbon footprint with international projects for our clients. This is an example of one of the projects that we are participating in Sudan. It's a project that has the voluntary carbon standard certificate and golden standard. It combines the reducing of carbon emissions and environmental degradation with the support of families, empowering women, and the health of the families of this area of the world. We are proud of having received some relevant international awards in sustainability. These are some of them. We are one of the leaders in the CDP list, and some kind of recognitions that are relevant for us because this help us. Because if you are hoteliers, some of you that are here in the room today, sometimes it's difficult to implement that kind of projects. The first point, of course, is savings, to convince everybody in the management committees about these projects. But for us that we work on that, to have some kind of awards and recognitions is also fine, because it means that our project is fine, and we are proud of these recognitions in our company. So this is a summary of our sustainability strategy. As one of the speakers said this morning, we work with passion about sustainability for a better world, as you say. And if you want to know more about our company and about sustainability and neZEH Hotel Group, I am available for any question. Thank you.
Gracias. Thank you very much, Mónica. One question. You mentioned that you've been doing strategic plans, sustainability plans since 2008, and that one of the difficult things is for the committees where you present your plans to approve investments on these type of measures. Do you think your work, I mean, you see a better reaction from them after a while, after you've presented several plans? I mean, they're more believers now of the relevance of sustainability?
I told you before an easy question. Do you remember? I must say that the numbers are the key point of sustainability. So if you don't show savings in the projects, it's very difficult to demonstrate that sustainability makes sense. Because even it's more relevant for some kind of clients now, is very relevant. Is the most important is that the numbers, the economic numbers, make sense and the projects are profitable. So we got very relevant savings in our first environmental plan because we got more than 30 million euros on savings. So that's one of the main reasons because sustainability goes on being a strategy in our company. And I make here, I said a point about energy prices and what's going to happen in the future because, now we have a cheaper energy price and we have also not so much pressure from international administrations and local governments about climate change. So I think it's like that. It's relevant economic numbers and it helps to show projects right now. But I am a kind of worry about what's going to happen about energy efficiency in the future.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, maybe these lower prices can like make payback periods longer, and then
yes,
it's
exactly.
not that. That's an interesting view.
Mm.
Yeah. Okay, now we change focus, and we're going to get in depth into technology and what technology will bring us in the next year, and for that we'll have a speech from Álvaro Carrillo from neZEH.
Muchas gracias. Thank you very much. I'm going to present in Spanish, but almost all the presentation are pictures, so I think it'll be quite simple to follow, otherwise what I'm talking about. Voy a hablar del futuro, un poco del futuro de la tecnología. Y después de escuchar buenos ejemplos de empresarios y hoteles individuales o una cadena, el punto de vista de la sostenibilidad, desde el ITH, el Instituto Tecnológico Hotelero, estamos pensando en qué tecnología y sobre todo cómo va a cambiar al cliente la innovación. La innovación, y al principio lo que sí que queremos es remarcar que la innovación en el sector turístico no es toda tecnología. La primera innovación que nosotros queremos remarcar, la primera fue la invención del turismo en sí mismo, cuando a partir del siglo XIX el señor Thomas Cook empezó a mover a viajeros británicos con maletas que antes eran baúles para la realeza. Entonces empezó a crearse el turismo, o el turismo de masas, el turismo democrático de la clase media, que hasta aquel entonces no existía. Pero hasta 1908 en el Hotel Buffalo Stadler fue el primero que tuvo un baño dentro de la habitación. Hasta entonces todos los edificios tenían los baños compartidos y hasta principios del siglo XX alguien pensó que meter el baño dentro de la habitación era algo innovador y rompedor, porque no existía, y que podía aportar valor al cliente. La tecnología, efectivamente existe tecnología, pero tecnología de principios del siglo XX. La siguiente gran innovación, para enmarcar un poco la charla, sería el desayuno buffet. Y hasta 1946, otra vez en Estados Unidos, en Las Vegas, no tenemos al primer empresario rompedor que decidió, y no sé si echó los números, pero desde luego es algo que hacemos casi todos los hoteleros hoy, poner un buffet de desayuno en vez de servir un buffet a la carta con los gastos de personal que yo tenía también y los gastos de F&B. Entonces estamos en el año 1946 y muy poquito después, en el 49, algo que pensamos y que estamos discutiendo mucho sobre las aerolíneas low cost, el modelo low cost aplicado al sector del alojamiento, el modelo low cost aplicado a, pues en el año 1949 el modelo low cost nació en Estados Unidos, y fracasó. La compañía era Pacific Southwest, que no tiene nada que ver con la Southwest Airlines que ahora conocemos todos, porque hasta que no se dieron los cambios regulatorios necesarios a partir de los años 70 en Estados Unidos, no tuvieron éxito comercial las aerolíneas de bajo coste, y hasta que eso mismo no pasó 20 años después, a finales de los 90 en Europa, no han tenido éxito las aerolíneas de bajo coste. Y seguimos hablando del tema porque ahora mismo Norwegian y unas cuantas compañías aéreas más están intentando aplicar el modelo de bajo coste a los vuelos intercontinentales. Y hasta que no cambien ciertas cosas no van a tener éxito. Pero gracias a Dios la innovación sigue moviéndose, lo seguirán intentando, seguirán fracasando hasta que en un momento acierten. El primer todo incluido, esto sí que es algo español y estamos orgullosos de ello, aunque la cadena es francesa, Club Mediterráneo en 1950 en Palma de Mallorca. Son cosas que a día de hoy estamos discutiendo, pero que tienen muchos años y mucho recorrido. Y como veis hasta aquí, tecnología poca, si entendemos tecnología como tecnología aplicada a la sostenibilidad o tecnología aplicada a los temas de comunicación. Para nosotros, ¿qué es innovación? Innovación es todo cambio que esté basado en el conocimiento, que no sea una idea, sino que tiene que estar basado en research, que tiene que estar basado en un estudio, no es una idea original que tengamos un día y se acabó, sino que tiene que estar basado en el conocimiento y que genera valor. Y sobre todo, estando en una economía competitiva y abierta, tiene que generar valor, uno, al cliente, al turista, que es el que paga, y paga a la empresa que le da beneficios. Y como el cliente paga y da beneficios, entonces esto permite seguir innovando y seguir generando valor. Entonces, todo cambio basado en el conocimiento que genera valor al turista y a la empresa. Y a partir de aquí pensamos en el Instituto Tecnológico Hotelero cuáles son las tendencias que presentaremos el viernes que viene en Fiturtech, en el pabellón 10, por dónde van los tiros desde el punto de vista tecnológico. Y aquí sí que nos vamos a centrar en la tecnología. Y tenemos muchas cosas que a mí espero poder transmitiros a todos, me dan cierto vértigo y veremos cómo hincarles el diente. Aquí tenemos un plano general, pero podemos hablar de tecnología áptica. Esto de tecnología áptica, ¿qué es? Tecnología sensorial para sentir, para que el tacto sea capaz de... Seamos capaces a través de la tecnología de saber cómo va a ser la almohada antes de elegirla, de saber cuál es el tacto de las sábanas, cuál es el tacto de las hojas de los árboles, de la arena, y ya la tecnología se está desarrollando para que a través de corrientes de aire, a través de láser, a través de luz, podamos tener sensaciones en el tacto, en la piel, sobre distintas cosas que hasta ahora podíamos ver en fotos, pero que no podíamos oler y no podíamos tocar. Pues por aquí la tecnología ya está haciendo cosas y se pueden empezar a ver. ¿Cómo podemos vender o cómo podemos aportar valor a la venta si ya permitimos que el cliente toque la arena o que el cliente toque la almohada y la pueda elegir sin tener que estar delante de las 5 almohadas de la carta de almohadas? Pues por aquí se están haciendo cosas. En robots y robótica, aquí me voy a extender poco, pero en fin, ya fue noticia este año, creo que en Japón había un hotel que tenía todos sus servicios suministrados por robots, que es el hotel que veis a la izquierda. Si veis, hay 3 boxes de recepción, de check-in. A la izquierda del todo tenéis un robot tal cual, que parece un robot. En medio tenéis una chica, una azafata de facciones japonesas, no es una chica, es un robot. Y a la derecha tenéis un dinosaurio. El hardware y el software que tienen por dentro es lo mismo, lo que le cambia es la carcasa, porque al final es una experiencia distinta el interactuar con una máquina. Y ojo, para gustos, colores. Hay gente a la que esto le gusta mucho y lo ve muy atractivo, y hay otras, como yo, donde esto no me produce ningún tipo de valor añadido, sino al revés. Yo si viajo quiero conocer la cultura local. Y esto conocerás precisamente otras cosas, pero no la cultura local, sino la cultura del programador que está detrás de los algoritmos. Pero en fin, la tecnología permite hacer estas cosas y estas cosas tienen un nicho de mercado. Ahora es pequeñito, pero puede que crezca. Desde el punto de vista de tecnología inmersiva, creo que aquí teníamos un pequeño vídeo. Bueno, pues no tenemos un vídeo, pero en fin, os invito a verlo, si no, abajo en el pabellón 10. Tenemos pantallas LED, tenemos tecnología OLED que permite recubrir paredes, que permite recubrir techos, suelos, y la impresión que tienes una vez que estás dentro es totalmente distinta a tener una habitación con ventanas y con paredes. Entonces ahora podemos recrear espacios inmersivos sin tener que tener, y me imagino que lo habéis visto también, las gafas de Oculus, por ejemplo, que son unas gafas de realidad virtual, pues esa misma sensación, pero sin tener que tener ningún tipo de tecnología puesta encima, sino a través de paneles de tecnología OLED. También tenemos realidad aumentada. Si te pones unas gafas no solamente puedes ver lo que hay, sino la información adicional mediante capas sobre, si miras a un monumento, puedes saber ese monumento, cuándo se construyó, quién lo construyó, en qué entorno histórico se hizo, e incluso se pueden recrear visitas virtuales a través de gafas que te dan información adicional. No sé si preguntar a cuántos estas Navidades les han regalado el Apple Watch o algún tipo de pulserita para controlar los biorritmos y para correr mucho y hacer maratones, pero en fin, ya casi todos estamos empezando a ser usuarios, o al menos conocemos a alguien que utiliza pulseras que valen para determinadas cosas, que te conectan con el reloj, que te conectan con el ordenador. Entonces estamos empezando a llevar tecnología que a cada uno nos permite tener información, pero que también genera mucha información. En los hoteles, por ejemplo, el Ushuaia en Ibiza ya permite que estas pulseras puedan pagar, puedas hacerte fotos en Facebook, publicarlas de manera automática, o sea, tiene utilidad dentro del sector hotelero, sobre todo para la parte de resorts. Estos son ejemplos de mapas de calor de la empresa del Banco Español BBVA, donde tenemos mapas sobre la utilización por parte de los turistas extranjeros que tienen tarjetas de crédito radicadas en bancos extranjeros, que están utilizando sus cajeros en España y cómo se mueven. Entonces, BBVA tiene muchos datos sobre cómo se realizan los pagos y dónde se realizan los pagos y qué tipo de compras se están haciendo. Entonces, toda esta información se está empezando a tratar y podemos empezar a tener información de valor, conocimiento sobre qué hace el cliente, qué tipo de cliente es, dónde está y casi dónde va a ir. Tenemos también lo que podemos llamar inteligencia artificial, computación cognitiva, que es una palabra que suena fatal. A mí, si desde luego me lo dicen, lo tomaría fatal. Yo trabajo en computación cognitiva. Las máquinas saben distinguir si cuando decimos pastor alemán nos estamos refiriendo a una raza de perro, nos estamos refiriendo a un cura alemán que está en una parroquia, o si nos estamos refiriendo a un señor que está cuidando cabras en la Selva Negra. Hasta ahora los ordenadores no son capaces de distinguir ese tipo de lenguaje. El lenguaje natural que nosotros utilizamos no son capaces de entenderlo hasta ahora. Ya hay algoritmos que están empezando a aprender qué es lo que queremos decir cuando decimos algo y a entender frases completas sabiendo qué es lo que significa cada palabra. Y a partir de aquí, cuando ya no distingues si es una máquina o una persona lo que está detrás del contestador, las cosas empiezan a dar un poco de miedo. Todo va a estar conectado. Me imagino que todos tendréis un móvil que está conectado a Internet, pero dentro de poco la nevera estará conectada a Internet, el coche estará conectado a Internet, no solamente estará conectado a Internet, sino que los coches conducirán solos. Y el problema no es que los coches conduzcan solos, el problema es que todavía queden coches que lleven personas. Si un día tomamos la decisión de que los coches van solos, no habrá problemas, se pondrán los algoritmos necesarios y los coches conducirán solos. El problema es la interactuación con los humanos. Si la transición fuese tajante no habría problemas. El problema es que haya coches llevados por humanos y al mismo tiempo coches que estén conducidos de manera automática. Y esa va a ser la transición complicada para conseguir las cosas. Al final, ¿esto a qué nos lleva? Y tenemos una demostración práctica que os invito en el pabellón 10, en el stand B05. Tenemos recreado el hotel del futuro porque al final se va a generar tal cantidad de información, no solamente la información que nosotros generamos como personas y a través de las redes sociales, sino que el teléfono móvil, el coche, la lavadora, la pulsera que llevamos, el reloj, va a estar generando información tanto si hacemos cosas como si no hacemos cosas. Si el coche lleva aparcado 2 semanas enfrente de casa, eso es información útil y válida para mí, que me dice dónde está el coche y que no se me olvide, para el responsable de la fabricación del coche, que el coche sabe que lleva cuánto tiempo sin moverse, para el responsable de la gasolinera, que sabe que todavía me queda mucha gasolina porque no lo he utilizado. Entonces, tanto por hacer como por no hacer cosas, vamos a generar muchísima información, no solamente nosotros, sino nosotros y todas las cosas que poseemos que estén conectadas. A partir de aquí, esto es lo que se llama Internet de las cosas, tenemos que ser capaces, y a día de hoy la tecnología lo permite, de sacar información valiosa para poder, uno, conocer al cliente y sorprender al cliente, saber cuándo está buscando un viaje y cuándo le podemos ofrecer nuestro hotel. Y una vez que esté en nuestro hotel, saber sorprenderle porque ese señor que va a entrar por la puerta le gusta, cuando está con los niños, tener un tipo de atracciones, pero cuando viene de trabajo lo que quiere es total tranquilidad y pedir un Vips Club sándwich en la habitación a las 8 de la noche y acostarse pronto. Entonces, vamos a tener la capacidad de conocer y hacer el marketing uno a uno de verdad. El tema es cómo conseguimos que este tipo de información, uno, sea respetuosa con las leyes y con la privacidad de cada uno, pero la tecnología ya está. Las empresas grandes lo están haciendo, Google, Facebook, IBM, esta mañana han estado hablando de la tecnología Watson que están desarrollando en IBM y sobre cómo pueden hincar el diente al tema del travel, sobre todo por la parte de e-commerce, de comercialización y para conseguir captar más clientes. Y la tecnología ya está aquí, las grandes compañías la van a utilizar. Pero lo que no tenemos que perder, y eso es lo relevante, por eso el principio de la presentación es regreso al futuro, es que por mucha tecnología que pongamos encima de la mesa, lo relevante es el cliente. Podemos pensar que tenemos un hotel que está regentado, si podemos decirlo, por robots y que tenemos una tecnología de inteligencia artificial fantástica. Como no pensemos en el cliente, será el cliente del futuro. Este cliente que estará educado con las tablets desde que ha nacido. Pero tenemos que darle algo que el cliente realmente valore. Como nos centremos solamente en la tecnología, seguro que fallamos. Lo que tenemos que hacer es foco en el cliente va a cambiar, el cliente va a ser distinto, seguro que va a utilizar la tecnología, pero tendremos que escucharle a través de lo que él nos dice. Eso es todo, muchas gracias.
Muchas gracias, Álvaro. ¿Y tú crees, desde tu perspectiva, que el hotelero medio, bueno, en este caso podemos hablar a nivel de Europa, ¿no? Europa es un lugar en el que está plagado de hoteles de tamaño medio, pequeño, ¿no? ¿Está preparado para este salto tecnológico?
Muy complicado porque la tecnología, si lo llamamos inteligencia artificial o interpretación del lenguaje natural, a día de hoy son las grandes compañías de distribución. Por un lado las tecnológicas, están trabajando en ello IBM, Google, Facebook, Apple, y por otro las de distribución, da igual que hablemos de Tesco, del Corte Inglés o de Mercadona, están trabajando y están dedicando muchos recursos para desarrollar sus propias herramientas que les van a dar una ventaja competitiva. Pero no hay nadie trabajando en sacar este tipo de herramientas para un hotel pequeño, para una pyme o para un supermercado. Y yo creo que aquí va a haber una brecha porque tampoco tiene mucho sentido que haya iniciativas públicas para sacar este tipo de herramientas y estas herramientas son de mercado. Entonces, creo que aquí hay un gran problema porque las pequeñas empresas, por un lado, no son capaces de desarrollar la tecnología y por otro, esto va a dar una ventaja a las grandes. Entonces, aquí hay un problema serio porque en el corto plazo las grandes compañías, y ya lo hacen, a todos nos pasa, nos metemos en Internet a buscar algo y durante una semana recibimos pop-ups de ese destino o de ese hotel, porque Google ya sabe exactamente cómo utilizar esta información y no va a compartir esa información con el resto. Entonces, aquí yo creo que tenemos un problema gordo.
Ya. Muy bien. Tenemos aquí a 4 estupendos ponentes para que les preguntemos lo que queramos. Si queréis levantar la mano, tenemos micros en la sala y si no, lanzo yo preguntas. Sí, allí.
A few of you commented about the fact that your hotels aren't selling to people wanting an ecological, sustainable hotel. That is not we're only a tiny hotel, tiny, but we get lots of people deliberately coming to us and booking us because of that is what we are. And they're always asking us, where can we go elsewhere in the world? Because obviously people want to travel. You don't want to come back to the same place. Okay, sorry. Not very good at these things. Anyway, we're a tiny hotel in Girona. We get people that deliberately book us because we're ecological and we're doing sustainable and recycling and all these things. And people book us and come to us because we are this, and they come back because we are this. But people ask us to go elsewhere in the world because they can't find ecological hotels because there are very few ways of searching. And if you're a tiny hotel coming up on Google or whatever, it's not searchable. On booking.com, it's not searchable. We use responsibletravel.com, and we've been running for 8 years, and that has worked, and we failed. So I don't know whether with this new network you can form a network to make things searchable, and we would be happy to promote other hotels because that's what our guests are always asking for.
Sí.
Well, it's again a comment. I just want to share experience on the same topic. It's not a question. From what I know, the green key is trying to put on different searching engines, searching on environmental labels. So hopefully, if they achieve an agreement soon, photo engines will be able to search on issues like if the photo is green or if the photo has a green certification, which I think is going to move more clients to sustainable hotels. And also another thing I want to share from our experience is that quite often the hotels do not communicate in the proper way the benefits from being environmentally friendly with their clients. Start from the beginning.
No, it's okay.
I'm joking. Quite often the hotel has to present what they're doing in being environmentally friendly in just a little bit different way. Like, for example, the hotel in Crete, you said that you have to make a lot of investment in the kitchen because it's not so energy efficiency. I can... Okay. No, it's... what I was going to say is that there are soft measures, like, for example, changing the menu and including more raw like salads or things like that, which are going to save you money on energy. And then at the same time you can communicate with your clients because it's healthier for them. And then the people will come because they feel you take care about their health. They feel much better in your place. And it's the same with the air condition. If you communicate, normally the clients, they do not care if you are saving money or not. I mean, it's not their business, so unless it doesn't affect the price of the hotel. But if you communicate with them that it's much better for them to stay in temperature, like using fans, and the same temperature like the temperature outside, it's much better for the body, instead of staying at the air condition all the time. It's again, and explain them why it's better for their body. It's again another way to communicate being environmentally friendly and how it's actually affect their health. So this type of communication will bring you more clients for sure. Okay, that's all.
OTAs, well, I don't know if TripAdvisor is an OTA, but they do have a program which is green leaders. So people can, first of all, search and then comment which is the level of sustainability of the different hotels. You can agree with that or not, you can agree with TripAdvisor or not, but they do have an action. And I was commenting with Mónica, I don't know if it's Booking or Expedia, that they also have a search engine regarding sustainability, some kind of aspects. So, and then obviously TUI, as a big tour operator, do have some criteria on sustainability, and they have different prices, different conditions for some kinds of hotels with some kind of actions developed on the sustainability area. So if you imagine the client for these OTAs or for these kind of intermediaries, they are moving into this aspect. Perhaps not too much. Perhaps you are not so well treated as this lady was. But people is moving in this direction. And when I say people, I mean tourists themselves. I mean TripAdvisor. I mean TUI. And if they are moving forward, I think the hoteliers should, at least we should listen what they are asking.
Make a comment about the clients and the environment. For us, each year is more relevant sustainability for corporate clients More and more we have questions about sustainability and environmental criteria for our hotels. About tourists or other kind of clients, I will ask to the two persons that have spoken about what kind of clients you have and why they choose your hotels, because you are a kind of healthy hotel or a kind of that, because for us we are a hotel chain, so we are urban hotels, and maybe some clients could choose our hotels because we are eco-friendly. We have information in our website about which of our hotels are eco-friendly, because not all of them have the same level. So we consider some of them that are eco-friendly, and we give this information to the client. But we don't have the feedback that a relevant number of potential clients are choosing us because of this. So I can have your feedback about what kind of hotel you are and how you communicate this to the client.
The demographic is people over 30 to 60, sporty, active, outdoor people, families with children. And women tend to book the family holiday, and they book it because they want to be environmentally friendly for their children for the future.
Okay, the last comment.
Just a comment, because now we're talking about private persons coming for holiday. We are also people here working within the business industry. For example, when you asked for this conference, did you ask about the sustainability? Probably not. That's the same thing. I think I agree with my Greek friend that I think that the new young generations, they will ask those questions, even business to business.
Okay. I'm very sorry, but we need to leave it here because we're running out of time for the next panel. It's been for me a great pleasure to share this panel with these four speakers. I ask you for an applause for them. And we move to the next panel.